Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today I'm going to be reacting to the true story of Sylvanas Windrunner Warcraft lore made on the YouTube channel Nixxiom. If you want to check out my previous reactions to Nixxiom's other World of Warcraft Machimina videos, remember the playlist card is going to be at the top here. Just click on it and you'll be able to access them. If you want to check out the original video as well as Nixxiom's YouTube channel, the links are in the description below. Okay, the true story of Sylvanas Windrunner. In the point of view of Nixxiom, yes. Let's say it like that. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go.
The true story of Sylvanas. Sylvanas is the middle sister of Alleria and Varisa Windrunner, who are nowhere near as hot as she is, and she also had a brother named Lirath that...
Oh yes! Let me write down his name here, in fact. Yes, I've heard of their youngest. He's the youngest of the siblings, right? Lirath. Yes, I've heard of him, but I've never actually seen him in any cinematic or in any gameplay. So what happened to this guy? You know, because we see Varisa, we see Alleria, you know, with their own storylines, with their own cinematics and stuff like that, and of course Sylvanas, but we don't hear anything about the youngest sibling.
Nobody has ever heard of and nobody cares about. One day, after giving up her bikini modeling career, Sylvanas decided to join the Rangers and eventually became the Ranger General of Silvermoon, which was quite an accomplishment. Bravo! However, a lot of people weren't happy with Sylvanas because now that she was the general and could do whatever she wanted, she pretty much would sneak off into Lordaeron whenever she could to bang human men, her favorite being a dude named Nathanos. Pissed off by her interracial poon obsession, many of her fellow elves criticized her, but Sylvanas told them to shut up, and they did.
You know, this is quite interesting actually. All three sisters have love interests with human beings, you know. With Sylvanas, it's Nathanos. With Alleria, it's Tolarian. With Varisa, it's Robin. Or is it Rohan? Rohan? I forgot the guy's name. I forgot his name. But yes, he's also human. He's also a human being, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with interracial, you know, couples and stuff like that. I'm just saying it's quite interesting that, you know, they found love outside of Carthalos instead of finding love at home with other elves. So yeah, that was quite interesting to see that all three sisters have found love outside of Carthalos.
Years later, Sylvanas and friends met a happy little fella named Arthas who wanted to destroy the entire High Elf Kingdom and use their precious magical swimming pool to bring Nosferatu back to life. Sylvanas tried to stop Arthas from destroying literally everything, but she failed because Arthas was just too fucking awesome to be defeated. Not fucking Malfurion level awesome, but he was still pretty awesome. Let's just clarify that. So she died, but because Arthas had always had a thing for high elf booty since he was a kid, he brought Sylvanas back to life as a scary ghost. Sylvanas hated him for this, but she sorta had a bit of a Stockholm Syndrome thing going on because she started to really fall for the undead Prince of Lordaeron and became obsessed with him.
What? Nah, man. No. She wanted revenge for her people, for what the Lich King or Arthas did to her, you know, creating her into this banshee. And her love interest was Nathanos, you know. Nathanos was the guy that she protected, you know, when he wanted to become a Silvermoon Ranger, you know, when everyone else was against it because Nathanos is a human being. She was the person who protected him. She was the person who stood her ground because she's the Ranger General, saying that Nathanos is going to become a Ranger. And of course they had their love interest. So that's her true love. No. Arthas and Sylvanas? No. I'm sorry.
Sometime later, after watching her entire country burn, her people die, and everything she ever loved be destroyed, Sylvanas found herself free from the Lich King's control. Not knowing what really to do, Sylvanas decided to try to use a paralyzing arrow on Arthas so that she could...
Order now, only just 10 gold, buy one, get a free Arthur's body pillow.
Steal him away and drag him into a secret poon dungeon with all of her scary banshee friends. The plan failed, however, because Nosferatu showed up suddenly, and he told Sylvanas to go away, and that Arthas was his boy toy and not hers. This made her very angry and really jealous. Sylvanas then ran off and cried for a little while. She took out her anger on a bunch of humans and dreadlords, and then she realized that there were a bunch of other undead like her that had regained their sanity and control of themselves. Hating Arthas, and yet loving him secretly, Sylvanas rallied these forsaken undead together and gave them the totally original name of
The Forsaken.
The Forsaken. Realizing she would need help, though, with defending her new lands and ultimately capturing Arthas for some fun time. Yeah, she decided to sign a deal with a magic talking green pickle, an oversized Jamaican smurf, and a
Jamaican smurf. Oh, Vulcan. Oh, Vulcan. Look what they've done to you. Jamaican smurf.
talking cow to be allies with her. Nice. Cut forward a few years later, and finally, the great alliance of undead, pickles, smurfs, cows, and now flamboyant men attacked Arthas' continent of Northrend.
Flamboyant men? Which are those?
Along with the alliance in an effort to defeat him. A great war ensued, lots of people died, Sylvanas didn't care, and ultimately, Arthas was killed before she could reach him. Saddened that she never got to see Arthas' Frostmourne, if you know what I mean.
No, Nixxiom, no. No. Chill, bro, chill.
Sylvanas decided to kill herself like an emo bitch, but suddenly, a bunch of magical talking angels appeared, brought her back to life, and they became friends.
The Valkyrie.
For some reason. Sometime later, with nothing else to do, Sylvanas and her Forsaken waged a big ol' war against a bunch of werewolves who lived nearby. They
The Worgen.
helped to beat up the innocent child named Garrosh, who had done nothing wrong, by the way. And all the while, Sylvanas lamented over Arthas, hating him still, but desiring him nonetheless. So, overcome with longing and grief, and in just desperation, Sylvanas decided to return to that guy I mentioned earlier in the video named Nathanos, and they started doing some crazy necrophilia poon time down
Nixxiom. Oh gosh.
in the darkest halls of the Undercity, behind everyone's backs. I like it. Over on the other side of the world, however, the Jamaican Smurf becomes the leader of the Horde for pretty much 2 seconds, and then he dies, and then for some reason, in his dying breath, he makes Sylvanas the war chief of the Horde, which...
Yeah, he was being influenced. I'm not sure by what exactly. He thought he was, having visions from a lower that was confining to him that he should choose Sylvanas to become the war chief. But we know now that it was just a grand master plan concocted by the jailer, and the jailer wanted Sylvanas to become the war chief for his own nefarious plans later on in Battle for Azeroth and continuing on with Shadowlands. So yeah, he was influenced. He thought that he was getting advice from a lower, but that was not the case.
which leaves everybody confused as to why. But Sylvanas doesn't really have time to realize that the Smurf clearly had a thing for her all along and was jealous of her love for Arthas because a bunch of evil bad guys are attacking the world. Sylvanas leads the Horde against the big bad demons, she makes a deal with a giant tentacle fish lady for a magic lantern, and then she uses that magical spook lantern to scare a giant angel lady who can create more angel ladies for Sylvanas to be friends with. But suddenly, one of those big talking werewolves that she had that war against earlier in the story just attacks her.
Just attacks her? Greyman has a very valid reason. His son was killed by Sylvanas. Although yes, the arrow was intended for him, his son jumped in between and he got caught by the arrow and he died. But essentially, this is revenge.
Attacks her for no reason, and he breaks her spooky lantern, and he frees the angel woman, and Sylvanas gets angry and sad, and she just decides to go back to banging Nathanos for a while she plans her next move. And, yep, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Alright guys, that is it with the true story of Sylvanas Windrunner Warcraft lore made on the Nixxiom YouTube channel. This isn't the point of view of Nixxiom. Yes, the true story of Sylvanas Windrunner. Oh my gosh. You know, some of the information I do agree with, but then the part where Nixxiom is talking about, you know, Nathanos and Sylvanas having this sexual relations, you know, activities here and there. Guys, we don't know the truth. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, we don't know. You know, we don't have any cinematics, evidence like that. We don't have any cinematics evidence where they show them together in a house, or, you know, having some coffee or tea, you know, where they just sit down and talk to each other. We've never seen something like that. You know, we haven't even seen something closer to akin to Malfurion and Tyrande, how they show their love and affection for one another, you know, how they're always hugging. They even had a wedding, you know. But then with Nathanos, yeah, I don't know. This guy is just, he's in love with Sylvanas, like, that's his queen. And I don't think Sylvanas really cares for him the same way, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, during, you know, Legion, Battle for Azeroth, and all these other installments, she was just a woman, you know, focused on her ambitions and the legitimacy of her people, the Forsaken. So yeah, I don't think she had any time for love. Maybe when she was alive and she was the Ranger General, and, you know, he was an aspiring Ranger as well. They've had their love interests, but after that, after she died, I don't think it was there anymore. Not as much. But yeah, this was interesting. This was really, really interesting and funny. And, you know, like I said before, this is the point of view of Nixxiom. So don't take everything 100%. But yeah, I need to know more about the brother, Lirith. That's how you pronounce his name, right? I need to know more about him. Like, what happened to him? Where is he? Because really, we only focus on the sisters. We don't hear anything about the brother. We don't know what happened to him. Or should I say, I don't know what happened to him. I think I might have to look it up on the internet to see what happened to the youngest member of the family. And yeah, this was fun. This was really, really fun. Nixxiom, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Guys, that is it. Remember, if you want to check out the original video as well as Nixxiom's YouTube channel, the links are in the description below. If you like my reaction, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys next week. Yes, hopefully. Hopefully I won't have any issues next week Monday, and I'll be here with new World of Warcraft content video reactions. Hopefully. Okay, bye bye.